the environment in Singapore limits them in terms of creativity. Like there's a very pressure cooker environment in Singapore that makes them think that it's very hard for me to think outside the box here. So they have to travel outside. That is the challenge that we have here because of how cookie cutter our everyday life is. It's very hard for us to kind of like think outside the box because everybody that's different gets like pointed out or gets reprimanded. That kind of like halts creativity in a way. And even through that also we still have creatives. Even through that environment we still have people that think outside the box and still go out and make their art. So all the more reason we should support them.
Hey everybody, my name is Drew. I work here at Mothership on the weekdays, and my favorite local artist is Dr. Jason Leong.
That's foul. That is so foul. That can't be. Hey, good for you, man. Good for you, man.
I've discovered him recently.
Yeah, you discovered him, yeah. And then you saw his jokes and you were like, wow, I am a fan of structure.
Best.
Okay. Wow.
Interrupt, sorry. My name is Xing Qi and my favorite local artist is Jack Neo.
Nice. Good pick. Wait, which era?
The Money No Enough era.
Nice. That's a good era. That's a good era.
I thought it would be like the
different Jack
era.
Neo. Different era is different Jack Neo.
Not the Boyz II Men era.
No, I thought it would be even earlier, you know.
I Not
like
Stupid.
the OG, I Not
What's
Stupid
the-
era.
Liang Po Po.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay too, yeah.
You're old enough, what?
Yeah,
So I
old
thought.
enough, yeah, sure.
Wow, man. Everybody just violating.
Yeah, I
guys.
know.
It's
okay,
a different
man.
vibe. It's a
Too
different
early
vibe.
in the day,
The
man.
beef between us is a lot.
Okay.
But
Let's go ahead.
hi, I'm Syah. What do? I make videos and stuff for Mothership. And my favorite local artists, actually I have a few. So it's all like indie bands. So like
Boring.
yeah, just listen to me, okay? I'm sure you know Morning Martians.
No, I'm more of a Subsonic Eye kind of guy.
I like Subsonic Eye
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah, not
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
I've been
and-
to some of their
And
shows.
Forest. I like Forest. Yeah.
okay.
I don't know their songs, so don't test me and say like name 5 songs. But when I go to the gigs and I see them perform, I'm like, that's a good band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
perform live really nice.
Yeah. Caracal also. I like Caracal.
Oh, yeah.
And every era
That's
of Caracal.
pretty
Right.
You
know,
lost, right? I
I'm
know you're lost.
Yeah.
Metallica, Slipknot.
You don't know Caracal?
Bro, local artists.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't support.
Oh,
Jack Neo.
Sorry, you were saying
Son, did you guys get that
Yeah.
in HD? 4K.
4K.
I said HD. I'm old, bro. I'm so old. I said in HD like that's new. Okay. So anyway, hi. I'm Fuzz. I applied for Mothership and I didn't make it, but now I'm here and I'm very happy to be here. And thank you so much for having me as your guest. And by the way, I do comedy as well. So if you like Dr. Jason Leong, Drew, you should check out some of my stuff too.
And welcome everybody to season 2 of Bottlespin Debates. This is where we discuss social-political topics in the form of a gamified debate. Today, he's already introduced himself, but he's a really special guest. We've got a bit of an introduction for you. Do you want me to read it?
How long is it?
This is a short
20
one.
minutes.
Okay. Great. Let's go. Let's listen to it and then see how progressively more embarrassed I'll get.
Okay, he's one of the biggest names in Singapore's stand-up comedy scene, and he is the only local stand-up comedian to have his own Netflix special.
That's true.
His name is Muhammad Fadzri Abdullah Rashid,
Can you believe that? Can you believe what you just heard?
Okay lah.
but you might know him better as Fakkah Fuzz.
Yeah. Okay. It's a Muhammad Fadzri bin Abdul Rashid, but close.
Oh, oops, sorry,
No,
my
it's-
bad.
it's fine.
He has an
This is
accent, so just-
ABD, so like I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
but
Let's go with the full thing, right? Abdullah. Why don't you just say, the whole thing? No? Yeah, just convert through. Just say the whole thing.
Yeah, multiple names right now. So
Yeah.
how do you prefer people to call
You
you?
can just call me Fuzz.
Right.
Like that's what people usually call me. Fadzri is my real name, which is what I will go by after August 3rd. But you can just call me Fuzz. It's
After
easier.
August 3rd only.
Which is
Is it
after August
auspicious
3rd.
date or something?
Yes, that's when my show is happening.
Ah.
Yeah, that's when the Esplanade show is happening called I Am Fadzri Rashid. That's the most auspicious date of the year, to be honest. Yeah, that's the year of where I get fortune, from ticket sales. So
and will you do like a ceremony to like rebirth yourself?
no ceremony.
You should,
Just one show, 1 hour, jokes, have fun, and then don't call me Fakkah Fuzz anymore at this point. Yeah, that's all.
After your show, you should go to like the waters, like in front of Esplanade, and then we can baptize you, and then you can go in as Fakkah Fuzz, come out as Fadzri Rashid.
You see,
Actually, that'd be
we
freaking-
don't believe in baptizing.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say that sounds cool. I was like, whoa, just like
Whoa,
the idea.
baptized? You're looking at me like, brother, you should try. You should consider, you know?
Yeah, we
Like,
cut that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is there a reason why you decide to like use your real name?
the reason is because like I've used that name for a long time. Everybody wants to evolve as they grow older, and I think I've reached a point of evolution where I'm like, okay, I don't think a stage name kind of suits me anymore. I kind of want to be my authentic self. The intention of having the name as Fadzri Rashid is maybe if I'm using my real name, then maybe the material and the things that come out will be more accurate and a more sincere reflection of like my life and my point of views. That's what I think. This sounds like a very media trained answer. I understand that. Okay, but it's really like from the heart one. Okay, okay, I tell you what, it's a real one.
Nah, I felt it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So will there be
Yeah.
any changes to like your appearance after this rebrand?
No, I don't think I'll be changing a lot of my appearance. Apart from the fact that like every year I aim to get super ripped. I aim for a 4% body fat percentage, but I usually fail. Around the second week of January, and then that's where I give up. But hopefully I'll be like a really ripped version of myself.
Yeah.
Right, and that will be my new look. But if that
Swole
is
era.
swole era, ripped era, or if that is not achievable, then I guess you have to put up with the same thing lah, same aesthetic lah.
Yeah, nice. You do like BJJ or like some sort of
I
martial
do
arts?
jiu-jitsu. Yes,
Okay,
I do
yeah.
jiu-jitsu. I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and if you mess with me, I will sit down.
Okay.
I get that because I'm a white belt.
yeah. I will sit down, and once you get in between my legs, you're done. You know, sit down. You get in
Yeah,
between my
let's
legs,
roll,
no
let's
striking. I'm done. You're done. I'm a great
Actually,
danger.
I want to see you guys fight.
No lah, don't fight lah, no lah.
fight.
You just roll.
We
He's
just follow
another
each
bald
other.
guy, right?
It'll be more of like us hugging around.
Yeah,
And,
it's
yeah.
like, is this?
Yeah,
What's going on here?
you'll be looking at us. You'll be looking at
Whole
us.
thing will have
going
to be
like,
censored.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a fight.
Yeah,
you know,
is
you
it a
guys.
fight? Is it cuddling? Or something?
Yeah, are you fight or are you in love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, so today we'll be debating about whether Singaporeans actually #support local, specifically whether Singaporeans support local artists, okay, such as yourself. And as our special guest today, you actually have the privilege to choose a side, or you want to leave it all up to fate and just...
You know what? Okay, I have a side that I believe in.
Which is?
Alright, which is yes, they support local artists. That's a side that I believe in. But for the sake of content, let's spin the bottle.
Okay.
Let's spin the bottle.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bold choice, I guess.
Nice. Okay, so...
Wait, ball choice is in there?
No, he said it himself.
It's in there? That's so
spin our
messed up,
jokes.
guys. You
Yeah, spin our
guys
jokes.
wrote this script and put ball choice in there?
That's the opening right there.
That's the opening
right there.
clip.
It's... Okay.
Nah, the bald choice is he.
Yeah, you made that up, right? That was
I-
from the top of your head,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I saw you and I couldn't help it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but since you want to spin the bottle, right? So
Yes.
what happens? Whoever the bottle lands on, it will be the person will be for team. So that means they do support. They do agree that Singaporeans support local artists.
Okay.
So you have to spin the bottle twice.
Okay.
And then the two people who the bottle ends up choosing will
Sure.
be for the for team.
Okay.
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 Okay. Please.
Easy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and spin the
Okay.
bottle.
It's a glass bottle. Be careful.
PTSD. Last time I did this,
What,
I
you
had to
broke the
make
bottle?
out with someone.
FML.
Oh.
No. I swear.
Bro. Why does it always have to land on the crew?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Oh, that's you. That's you, bro. No?
It's him.
It's
Is
him.
it?
Okay.
It's you before?
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Or
how do you do it? Then you-
Spin
I do it
again.
again. This is not a very spinnable method. Sial.
That's literally the
It's okay,
first
it's
time
okay.
that's ever
Carry on.
happened.
Just carry on. Just ignore it. You got it. Carry
I'm
on.
sorry. That
It's
Malay
okay.
side really came
Nothing
out.
broke.
I said on.
Tak apa. It's okay. Tak apa. Diorang tak faham pun.
Tak faham pun.
Diorang tak
boleh
faham.
makan. Okay, boleh.
Apa diorang tak tahu.
Okay, thanks. To make sure je.
Tak apa.
Orang macam censored.
Tak apa.
Okay. Yay!
Is that me or
That's
you?
you. That's
Oh,
your
okay.
cup. You.
I hate myself.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm with Xing Qi. Oh
Yeah,
my
we've
god.
avoided all the potential pitfalls.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
Because we didn't want
Malays
to make it
versus
like
like
a
non-Malays.
bald versus non-bald, or like Malay versus non-Malay
This is
kind of thing.
great.
Yeah, this
is great.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is great.
thanks,
It's a
babe.
mix, you know.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's-
so
do we need to switch seats?
yeah, we probably have to switch seats, right? Right, producer? Right, okay, yeah. Okay, so me and Xing Qi, we are in the 4 team. We agree that Singaporeans support local artists, and Fuzz and Drew, they are in the against team, so they disagree that Singaporeans support local artists.
Before we give our opening statements, just a gentle reminder that the views expressed in this podcast do not represent the views of Mothership or associated parties. Just a fun debate to keep Mothership going.
It's called content, baby.
Content, yeah.
Okay.
I'm supposed to give the opening statement. Let me refer to my 2-liner notes. So, we are 4 team. Not,
You weren't even sure. You weren't even sure. You weren't even sure.
you know what? I won't say we are 4 teams. So.
What's the problem? What's the problem, bro?
No problem, no problem.
Hey, bro.
I just want to get my facts
You can
right.
easily win them when you start off like
We are
that.
4 team. Yeah. So, okay, I give you 3 household names.
Boom.
Why people support Singapore artists. Jack Neo, Kumar, Fakkah Fuzz.
Angkat bola sikit.
Four.
First Singaporean to get
Yeah.
own Netflix special.
I will choose to rebut that by ignoring what he said. Okay, and adding the fact that Jack Neo, his movies are amazing, you know, but he
Careful.
needs to keep it going all the time, and you see the number of sponsors that come in.
Yeah.
So that one actually shows a lot of support. Shit, I just messed that up. To be honest, that is really very supportive of Singaporeans, to be honest.
Wait, don't worry. Wait, we got opening statement. We have an opening statement, so I don't have to
Give it
rebut
to
yet.
us.
I don't have to rebut yet.
Come on.
Okay. Oh, are you done with
done,
your?
man,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
done.
you're done. Oh, okay. Okay. Don't worry. I'll keep it short and
Nothing
sweet
else
as
to say,
well.
man.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So me and Faz, we're going to argue from the bottom of our hearts because we really, really mean it.
Yeah.
That
I
boo,
doubt it.
boo Singaporeans, right? That you believe that, right? Boo Singaporeans
Are you
because
sure you want to be?
they don't appreciate artists, and we'll show you the evidence that we believe from the bottom of our hearts.
Oh, hey guys. Okay, I think okay, not boo Singaporeans, but boo y'all that once your friends don't perform on stage, you go outside and smoke. You pay for the ticket, watch the whole gig. Why must go outside and smoke? You see, that's what makes me believe that people like in Singapore don't support the locals. Because where you go and smoke? Right? Like, sure, the rapper's a little trash, but you know, how is the rapper gonna get good if you don't sit there and give the rapper support? Right? You know what I mean? Like, don't lah.
That sounds like a personal experience.
Yeah. Okay.
rapping.
Yeah. No. Okay. Maybe before comedy, I might have tried rap, and I'm just saying that it's not. It doesn't feel good when I'm rapping to a commercial break. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I don't want to talk about it, but like, yeah, that's my experience as a rapper.
I don't know how to
good?
respond to
Did I
that.
do good? Did I do good?
You know, it's so
A few
funny.
bars, yeah.
Like Faz doesn't realize how a debate goes.
I don't.
Let's
I don't.
go.
I just let out my own feelings.
Okay, yeah, you like do that. I think that's good. Do that. So 4 starts, right?
Yeah. Wait, I have no idea what your opening statement was.
It was boo Singaporeans. We believe it from the
okay.
bottom of our hearts.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start. Our first point is that the stats, they themselves already show that Singaporeans do support local artists. Based on National Arts Council's National Music Consumption Survey, 67% of Singaporeans listen to music composed or performed by Singaporeans. So that's one survey that they did in 2023.
2023,
And then,
yeah?
there's another survey by NAC Deep Dive Study of Singaporean Music Listeners. 75% of Singaporeans are interested in learning more about local music after being exposed to it. And there's a shit ton of stats that I can say, but
I think 67%, honestly, that's like a C. That's not even that's not even an A, right? How could you say that that's like
Yeah.
them supporting when
don't take him seriously.
we're like, and we're all about the A, aren't we?
yeah, exactly.
That's why we got stats as well that we're gonna pull up to show you. Come on, Drew, like just tell him, Drew. Tell him, Drew.
But yeah,
No, I agree.
Pull
I
out the
agree.
stats, Drew. Come on.
I agree because the stats show that consumption of local content in that, I think that same survey, 32%. That's pretty low.
Wait, add that up. Does that make 100? I don't think so. No, it doesn't make 100. So how are we trusting these stats?
Contrasting survey, doesn't? Yeah.
Wait. And the top reason for the consumption of local content was I was interested in the content. But only 48% said that. Only 48% of people surveyed were interested in the content. That's pretty low. I think.
Right.
Less than half. Man.
Less than
It's a
half
fail.
were interested in the content.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, but who
concerning.
who performed in front of a packed Capitol Theatre?
Oh boy, this guy. First of all, okay.
How many free tickets did you give out?
Hey,
Hey, bro.
cannot. Friends and family only. Okay, I again will choose to ignore that last thing that you said because I can't really dispute that because I still want to sell tickets. But I got some more stats. Come on, can you pull up some more stats?
Oh,
for me
okay.
there? What's that? 62%. Okay.
Apa kau? 62%.
Okay, first of all, forget about the stats, all right? Let's just forget about the stats, just trust me. I think Singaporeans they don't okay, I got nothing.
Dah
man.
sudah. Okay,
Wait, what was your point again?
Wait, so beyond just surveys and all, right? I mean,
Okay.
even ticket sales, you can actually see that Singaporeans do support. Why are you staring at me like that? Singaporeans do support local artists, okay? Okay, just to name some musicians, okay? So, first of all, you guys remember Gentle Bones? He expired the name already, but Gentle Bones sold out 2 shows at Esplanade Concert Hall in 2016.
Yikes.
Okay, Sam Willows also sold over 3,000 tickets at the Coliseum. And now, if you talk about recent artists, Shaza, you guys know Shaza, right? Shaza sold out her debut concert at Esplanade Recital Studio. And even, freaking hell, the OG Hadi Mirza is holding a solo concert at the
Why
theatre
is
at
it the
Mediacorp.
OG, though? I thought it's
the
Taufik.
OG. Okay lah,
Taufik
but
is the
Taufik
OG.
kind of like stopped singing for a bit already.
Right.
Hadi is still going, man.
I think they both qualify.
Yeah, they both qualify as the OG.
Why am I
Like
agreeing?
even Hadi Mirza, like his concert, it's upcoming in July, and his Cat 1 tickets already sold out in 5 days. So beyond just surveys,
Hold on. His Cat 1 ticket sold out in 5 days.
yeah.
I still got a month to go. Hey guys, what are y'all doing?
And then you sing a bit, yeah.
Questioning
Hold on,
his
how
management.
did 5 days? Y'all got money, right?
You need to, you know why or not? You need
Why?
to appeal to the makcik. Hadi Mirza appeal to the makcik.
I only appeal to SPGs.
Yeah, that's right. Got difference there. Serious.
Difference in income, yeah.
No lie. Joking, don't please.
Yeah, okay, so beyond just that, and if we're talking about like other art scenes like movies, for example, he brought up Jack Neo. Do I need to bring up the stats for that? I mean, he in the top 10 all-time Asian movies in Singapore, in the box office, Jack Neo's movies are freaking... Okay, wait, he's number 1, Our Boys to Men 2. Number 3, Our Boys to Men 3.
Men.
And then there's Our Boys to Men number 5. Money No Enough 1, number 6. Our Boys to Men 4, number 8. Number 10, Money No Enough 3. And this is
Listen.
fighting against like other Asian movies like, Ip Man and all that, and Train to Busan.
Listen, like those are very
What?
very entertaining stats. Okay. However,
You say however
what-
thrice.
Okay, yes, 3 times because I'm thinking.
That's
because I'm thinking. Okay, you say they support like 3,000 seats. Like, I got 3,000. Yeah, okay. Willows sold 3,000 seats. That's amazing. Great support, right? And then Bones sold two nights at the Esplanade.
Yeah.
But Taylor Swift sold 6 nights though. You know what I mean? Like 6 nights at like the
National Stadium.
not National Stadium, the what? Sports Hub. Sports Hub, bro. When will Singaporeans support the locals like how they support Taylor Swift?
I think you need to remember the debate question is Singaporeans support local artists, not how much Singaporeans support local artists.
See, that's where I am at fault again. So I just like, you see, that's why I'm the entertainment portion of this.
Okay, don't worry. I got some real numbers. I found the real numbers.
All right, you found some real numbers.
Thanks for stalling. Okay, we got it. Okay.
Woo, this is hard. I'm sweating, guys. This is
You didn't realize this is what it's going to be like. when you
Yikes,
agree.
bro. This is like bringing me like secondary school PTSD, dude.
Okay, stats, all right? Stats. Ticket sales. You mentioned ticket sales. So here's some facts for you. Obviously, 2020, ticket sales declined like crazy. That was COVID. That was a bad year. But now it's 2 years. The numbers from 2 years after COVID, 2022, ticket sales are still lower than they were pre-pandemic.
Son.
By quite a bit. So in fact it's lower than what it was in 2016, in 2022. So that shows that we had a peak, I guess, in 2018, but since then interest in the arts have kind of fallen off a cliff a little bit. Let's talk a bit about the economic value of the arts and culture sector. It is much lower today than it was in even 2016. So now it is 1,000, I don't even know what these numbers stand for, but the number in front of me, 1,700. In 2016, it was 1,763. 2019, it was 1,866. So it's lower than it was pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, the drop in numbers can also be contributed to other factors, right? Not exclusively because Singaporeans don't support local artists. Because post-pandemic, everybody is still recovering. Even the economy, not just in the arts, but in every other sector, is still recovering, and numbers overall already dropped. So I think it's not fair to say that Singaporeans don't support local artists just because the numbers have shown that it's declining.
I cannot fight. I'm sold out after.
Hey, I have to do my job, bro.
No. After pandemic, I sold out, bro. Like my theater sold out, bro. How to fight. I really have to fight. Very difficult. I'm sweating as this debate is going on. I'm like, I gotta dispute that. She's right.
Okay, and we win. We win.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's quietly move on. Okay, you talk about the pandemic, right? And I would say the pandemic is when Singaporeans had a lot of time to reflect and think about things. We were all at home, right? And didn't have much to do. And it was meant to be a time where we were supposed to show solidarity. I remember there was a period of time when we would go on to the balcony or whatever at your window and clap for the frontline workers.
Oh, for frontline workers.
Yeah.
Bro.
I only did it for nurses.
You didn't care about the rest.
No, I just thought it was just for nurses, what?
So when we were all supposed to be solid, when we were all supposed to show some solidarity and sense of community, what came out during the pandemic? It was this survey on the Sunday Times that said that artists were the most non-essential job in Singapore.
I remember that.
71% of Singaporeans
wish you were
surveyed
here
said
right
that
now.
artists were non-essential.
That's true. How could they say that about us?
Yeah, exactly.
And listen, my good friend Rishi Budrani, who just happens to be featured by you guys, there are many talking points in this survey compilation, but let's address one. Why you say we... Okay, so basically it's a whole paragraph. It's a whole paragraph. And they say if you don't think we're essential, then you delete Netflix or delete Spotify or sell your TV. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm paraphrasing Rishi, but that's what you said over
How
here.
did you feel when this came out? Did you feel sad?
I felt like, oh no, am I gonna be broke? That's how I felt. I was like, oh no, damn, right? Yeah, that's how I felt. Thankfully it came through lah. How is telemarketer a second non-essential one? Bro,
Singaporeans thought artists were more non-essential than a telemarketer.
Telemarketer non-essential lah. Actually, yeah lah. Has anybody called you and you were like, oh my god, yes. I do need a new credit card. No, nobody, right? Then what? Social media manager is third. Business consultant 4, and HR is 5. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Dude,
Alright.
So sad.
they thought garbage collector was more essential than artists.
Because
They are, bro.
I need them. I really need them.
We should clap for the
That one
garbage
I agree.
collectors, actually.
Yeah.
We should. Yeah, no, that's what she was saying. She's saying you should have clapped for all the frontline workers instead of nurses.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So your clap didn't count.
Nurse, I was like, okay, big mistake. Yeah, all right. So yeah, that point, man.
Okay.
Why would they say we non-essential?
Yeah.
Where we are.
You know where this is going, right?
I know where this is going. Hit me with it. I know where this is going. Listen, hey, man, hit me with it.
Okay, I mean, that survey is literally just a very minor thing in the grand
What do you
scheme.
mean minor?
It's
It
a
hurts the
minor...
feelings of artists. Think about that. I don't think we should discount the feelings of artists. It feels like you don't appreciate or support local
Start crying now. You
artists.
should start
No,
crying.
because the feelings is what makes the art.
Exactly.
Ooh, sure.
Ooh. All right,
Okay.
so hit me with them. I know you got some stats. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's still a lot of support and grants from the government and also from the community that actually helped out local artists and the local art scenes during the pandemic. For example, the community they came together and they they forked out 55 million Singapore dollars in support for artists and art groups affected by COVID-19. This was an article, can I just say, an article written
Was that your experience
written
in
by
COVID?
written by Mothership ourselves. Yeah. So beyond just the community, the government as well, more than $45 million were donated to development of Singapore's art scenes by NAC. And what, bro? And then during COVID as well, Singaporeans raised 14.5k Sing dollars for community space and music venues that were hit by COVID-19, which, by the way, is an article written by the guy in your team.
I didn't see any of this money. Where did all this money go?
You were busy clapping for nurses, fam.
I know. Where did all this money? What is that, like 80 million? Okay, my math's not good.
Bro,
There's 45 million, and then you say 55 million, that's about like 90 some million.
you're fitting into the stereotype right now.
I know. Okay, 100 something million, sure. And I saw none of that money. I only got like, I didn't get anything. Actually, I got $1,000, but like, you know. I got
Yeah, so
$1,000.
How did you struggle to get by during the pandemic?
I got $1,000. I applied for $1,000, and that grant helped me out with like rent for like 3 months. But other than that, like we did like Zoom shows, and it was tough. It was difficult. And then a couple of companies actually came, and we had to resort to like do like social media stuff. So like everybody had to like use your social media platform to kind of like do campaigns and stuff. Got by with that, you know, thankfully. But yeah, the main thing that was the bread and butter, which was the live shows, that was done. So that wasn't really in the fault of the Singaporeans, you know, it was kind of like COVID anyway. So, you know, I did one Esplanade show during COVID. I think it was in 2020. And
Empty.
yeah, close to empty, because like it was like 2 seats, and then and the 2 seats filled, and then like maybe 5 to 6 seats gap, and then another 2 seats. So like you perform to like
Damn.
a sad 250 people in a 2,000 seater.
What is that like when you tell a joke and then like you hear like, I mean, it's kind of the room's kind of empty, right?
It's different when you expect it to be empty. So when you expect it to be empty, you're going out knowing that you're not gonna get like brah, laughter. So you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do me then. Like at least I'm on stage, I'm with a mic, and I'm doing what I still can do what I love. You know, it didn't feel bad. And those that were there got the tickets early, so they were there and they were like up for it. So they made enough noise to kind of like make up for the emptiness, and like it gave the feeling. But it was sad lah when the camera panned to like the audience and it's like close to nobody, you know what I mean? So that was a tough time. But I still managed to do that. Well, barely scraping by though, you know. I had to like
But is that Singaporeans' fault?
No, how about when you did the Zoom shows?
Yeah.
Those were depressing.
Did you charge for the Zoom
Those
shows?
were
I
depressing.
suppose you need the kind of energy, right?
Those
to
were
kind of interact,
depressing. Like you would tell a joke on a mic in front of cameras, and then there's like a lot of like small, and then they laugh. You kind of like. So I will like focus on one person and see if the person's laughing or not. And so I'm like, my energy is like on that one person trying to make that guy laugh. But like everybody else is kind of just like.
Has your screen ever like froze before?
100%. Then like halfway through the punchline, act out everything punchline already. Then everybody like, and then I'm like, and then the worst thing is like when you're in Zoom and you're in a room by yourself and you're telling jokes, and then the jokes don't land, and you're like, yeah. Anyways, guys, crazy, right? COVID is.
Oh my god.
Man, what a time right now to be alive. Am I right, guys? Everybody's just like, and then there was one time, wow, I was so nervous. I kept saying like, yeah, it's an interesting time. This is interesting. This is interesting. And I kept on saying this is interesting. And then somebody commented on the chat box, yeah, life is interesting. Bruh, so messed up. It's
Did
so
people
messed
unmute
up.
to heckle you?
No, they were muted, but like they were heckled through the live chat box, which was, woo.
But do you read every single heckle though?
Yeah.
Do you respond to it?
I some of it is funny and I'll respond to it, you know. And sometimes if you get a good in on like one of, let's say it's a company, right, then you get a good in on one of their staff, right? Then you just tekan that one staff, and then like everybody like, yay, you know. But very seldom you get that. Very seldom you get that. Most of the time it's just very painful shows. But sometimes you get some good experiences. Some people like spin it over by doing a musical act, or no, they do like funny songs, or you know, or I don't know. They
You should
do
try
improv.
rapping, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should give it a second chance, right? I should give it a second chance. I should give my rap career a second
Freestyle
chance.
right now.
Let's say get out. I'm freestyling now with the debate. Are you crazy?
This whole debate has been
This
a
whole debate
freestyle.
is a freestyle.
Keep dropping bars, man.
Dropping bars.
But now, okay, so now post-pandemic, right? I know there are like grants for like musicians and there's grants for like different kind of things. Do stand-up comedians get grants?
Okay, I got one grant, which is the artist grant. So what I found out about government bodies in Singapore is actually you kind of have to source out for the grants. The grants don't really come to you like in your face like, hey, there's this grant, do you want to take? You kind of have to look through and really find out that, hey, there's actually a grant that you can apply for.
Yeah.
So there are available options that you can take. So there was one grant that I applied for that didn't really get through. Was I wanted to use that to like kind of teach people how to the idea behind stand-up comedy and how to do stand-up comedy, because I think Singapore public speaking in itself is already kind of like a challenge for them. So like I wanted to first teach public speaking through humor, and then make you learn how to do stand-up comedy, and have like a 5-day course along with like one spot at like a normal open mic where we sell tickets and then you do your show.
Yeah.
For like a lineup of 5 to 6. So I needed a grant for like, rental space, for course material, and rental of venue and stuff like that. All that lah. But like it didn't go through. Because I think it just didn't align. If you want a grant, I think you have to align with certain things. And if what you're doing doesn't align with those certain things, then they're like, there's no point for us to give you money. Yeah.
Damn, what were you doing?
No, just try to teach stand-up comedy. So like, I wouldn't want to teach stand-up comedy if like in there you'd be like, okay, but you have to instill the value of racial harmony.
Right.
Let the fella talk what you want to talk lah, right? Like, yeah. So that's more of like the challenge for us.
I forgot what grants I've talked about and what grants I haven't talked about. But in summary, the government has been giving out a lot of grants for the local artists and local art scenes. I think for National Arts Councils, they even have like a plan. So NAC and MCCY, right? They have a SG Arts plan, which is from which will last till 2027. So this will include like more policies, grant schemes, more projects that will support and grow our local art scenes lah. So based on all these grants, right, that I've mentioned, so previously I mentioned 45 million and 55 million and all that, just shows that there's a growing demand for local artists and local art scenes, which essentially just shows that Singaporeans do support our local artists.
Give money doesn't mean support, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Give money is give money, support is support, it's two different things.
Sometimes the best way to get rid of a problem is just to throw money at it. But you don't really want to look at the real problem.
Kind of looks like
No, but what's the problem?
rich father, like, you got no money. Now take this money. What you mean I don't love you? Nah, here's $10 million. Still love what? It's just, I think there needs to be more belief in local talent, of course. If we're being serious, right? If we're being serious, I think there's not a lot of local talent that gets a fair chance from the local audience that they can do as well as international artists. So if the local audience were to give them a fair chance, you will find that there are many great talents such as like indie bands, musicians, rappers, comedians as well, that can give you a unique perspective that is unique to Singapore. So because we are not like a lot of them are not given a fair chance. I mean, I've been very fortunate to have been given a fair chance, but like a lot of them don't. That's where they find that there's trouble in like growing, or trouble to get the confidence to kind of expand their art. And throwing money at that person is not going to solve the problem, because it's just in a nicer place, you know what I mean? But it still doesn't have the core support from the people to believe in artists. That was the only good point I had. This whole debate, that was the only good point I had.
It was a good point.
It's a good point.
It's a good point.
So do you think you at least you need to mentor the next wave forward, to push people forward now?
I like mentoring rappers. Like my brother's a rapper, and there's a couple of rappers in the rap scene that like I kind of like look out for and just tell them like, okay, this is how you go. And because I've made a couple of mistakes in my career, I was like, okay, maybe you need to go a certain way. But for comedians also, you only give them like kind of like a surface mentorship, because you can't really go in depth. I think I've said this before. What works for me might not necessarily work for them. As long as you are unique to your voice, as long as you portray something that you're doing that we can only find here, I think we're on the right track. Because I tell them, I say like, okay, let's say somebody from Britain can make really good fish and chips, but then like you can't like make fish and chips and think that you're gonna sell it as well as a guy who comes from a country that basically invented fish and chips. I don't know if the UK invented fish and chips. Don't quote me on that. Okay, but you get my point, right? We give them nasi lemak lah, which is authentically Singaporean, debatably. So
I think cut that out.
cut that out. Authentically Singaporean, debatably. Okay, so I just say that to piss off people, but you know what I mean, right? Give them something that is a flavor that is from here, which is what Jack Neo does actually. Like Jack Neo has done a lot with the movies like I Know Stupid, Liang Po Po, everything. It gives the flavor of the Singaporean. But now I think there is a shortage of that a little bit because a lot of the artists, they want to do that, but then they don't get the confidence from the audience to support them in doing that. So that can be worked on. The perspective and the perception towards local artists can be worked on.
But would that be too limiting in terms of the local flavor? Because it's a small market, right? You know, so you kind of just catering for this small market.
I understand that it may seem like it's limiting because you are only catering to this tribe, this small bubble, but it is a start. It is a good start for you to find an authentic voice. Because if you listen to rappers that rap about being from Compton, they are rapping about being from Compton, but then they take you into Compton, you know, and then you kind of like can have the experience of being in Compton. So similarly to Singapore, right? If you want to mirror the society and mirror the plight or the experience of being a Singaporean, then you can then use your art to take them through the journey of what it's like in everyday Singapore. We're using the local flavor to try and expand it to as many people as we can outside of Singapore.
How many comedians do you know have had like success outside of Singapore that started in Singapore? I mean, you are like touring Australia and things like that.
I think there's a couple of like stand-up comedians that are based in New York, Malay as well. Shout out Heikel if you're watching this. He's in New York and he's grinding in the New York scene to try and be a stand-up comedian. Yeah, he didn't start from Singapore. And then there's also Ting Lim in Australia. Okay, shout out Ting Lim. She's also a Singaporean, but she chose to go to Australia to do stand-up comedy in Australia. Yeah, and a lot of them debate that like the reason why they don't choose Singapore as a base is because the environment in Singapore limits them in terms of creativity. Like there's a very pressure cooker environment in Singapore that makes them think that it's very hard for me to think outside the box here. So they have to travel outside. Right. And granted, they have the luxuries to do that. Not everybody has the luxury to do that. But that is the challenge that we have here because of how cookie cutter our everyday life is. It's very hard for us to kind of like think outside the box because everybody that's different gets like, you know, gets pointed out or gets reprimanded, you know. So that kind of like halts creativity in a way, I guess. Yeah. And even through that also, we still have creatives. Even through that environment, we still have people that think outside the box and still go out and make their art. So all the more reason we should support them. So I'm saying.
You perform like overseas and locally. Are there any differences? Because I know SG audience they tend to be more conservative. Right?
You know.
I think SG audience, that's not true though. We are lucky that like in comedy, when you give the local perspective and the local point of view and local references, it really works because everybody knows what you're talking about immediately, right?
I've seen some of your videos.
Yeah,
I know.
Everybody immediately, there's no context that needs to be explained, you know, there's no background story that needs to be told, you know, you can just say Hantu Tetek, everybody knows what you're talking about, right? Everybody knows what you're talking about, right? So that's the kind of like advantage that I have.
You know what?
Thinking about
You don't know Hantu Tetek?
Yeah.
I think you need to explain what a Hantu Tetek is.
So okay lah. So sometimes it needs context, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does not, right? Yeah. But that is kind of like the advantage that you have locally, that you the references hits home more, right? Because you're here, and for audiences, no, they laugh when audiences come to a comedy show. Maybe for a while, maybe at the beginning, sometimes they get a little bit shy because they don't know like, oh, okay, this one can laugh loud or not, or maybe will people judge me or not. But all I do is just dim the lights, dim the house lights, and focus the spotlight on the on the stage, and people, you know, they don't feel insecure to laugh anymore because the lights are not on them. And when you go to overseas, I guess you don't have those local references. But at the same time, then the challenge is for you to kind of, like I said, you know, translate your local flavor, you know, for the international people to understand. Yeah, and that's not easy.
Have you ever bombed a local show in Singapore? Like really badly?
You crazy? Of course. Of course. So many times. Bomb. Corporate shows. Bomb.
I mean, corporate shows are difficult though. Like, how the hell do you
What kind
even...
of corporations are bringing you into?
I don't know, anything lah, banks lah, you know, like you know, multi-level marketing companies, whatever, right? Whatever they do, right? They got an entertainment budget. They call me, which is good. But yeah, bombed in a lot of shows, you know. But I have an 11 o'clock rule that I always tell the comedians, where the 11 o'clock rule is whether your show do good or not good, the next day, 11 o'clock, you must stop talking about it already.
Why 11 o'clock?
How did you come up with that rule?
How did I come up with that rule?
So like what? 10:59, you still crying. Then 11 straight away
wow,
done.
You really making it. Can you just? I'm trying to make things sound cool right now. I'm trying to make things sound cool right now, and you'll be like,
I
"That's
gotta
just
dissect."
ridiculous. Why 11? Why? Why can't you just stop talking about it the next day? Why must be 11 o'clock? I mean, like, I don't know, Fuzz.
I gotta dissect this.
I know.
Important.
Okay, fine. Okay, it doesn't have to. You get what I'm saying. It doesn't have to all make sense.
Okay, wait, stop. There one thing
yeah.
does have to make sense. Our producer is specifically asking you to explain what is Hantu Tetek.
You know how she spell or not? Tetek.
Oh. I mean, watch my video. I have a video out on my socials. Or it's the jokes on my Netflix special. So it's basically Hantu Tetek is a God damn, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Okay, Hantu means ghost in Malay. Tetek means boobs in Malay. I think you can figure it out yourself.
Yeah. So we have a ghost that in our Avenger lineup of ghosts.
Yeah,
we have a ghost that's Hantu Tetek, and we scare kids every time. Say if you play outside the house past 7 p.m, the Hantu Tetek will come and they will keep you in their big boobies, and you will join the other kids that have been kidnapped by Hantu Tetek. So I've been trying to join that club for ages, right? I've been trying to join that club for ages.
Like a warm club.
I know, it's very warm. It's a community. It's a community. Very supportive. But, you know what I mean? Hey! But I would never give up on my dreams.
You're just playing outside.
I will never give up on my dreams. Okay?
So like what? Later after Margaret, I see you outside.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. You see, sometimes, you know, it's a lifetime journey. It's a lifelong journey. You know what I mean? I won't give up. Yeah, one day.
if you get that, let me know how it's like.
I will. In fact, I'll be married to her, and then you and then you will look at me going, "Yeah, Fuzz, you never gave up."
Well, happy for you.
and then you meet her, it's like, you know what your husband calls you?
Oh my god!
I mean, it's nice to meet you, but I feel like it's important information for you to know what he's been saying behind your back. Jeez, Christ. This is gonna be the main clip, isn't it? Like all the cool thing I said before, that's not gonna matter. This is the ones that are Fuzz.
Yeah.
And then the comments will be like, oh, he's back at it again with. Okay. Are we still in this debate? Who won?
I have no idea where we are right now.
I don't know.
I think you have one last point.
Yeah, I got
to
one
bring
more
up.
point. Got one point. And then we're going to do closing statements.
Okay.
Are you ready to, will you be able to do the closing statement?
Name it.
He's like, poor dude is like, is sweating.
This is your
This is
drink.
my drink,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, take a sip, go.
No, okay. We talk about Singaporeans being supporters of local arts. Well, the stats show that the main reason that Singaporeans go to local arts events, the number one reason is because they want to support their friends or family who are performing. The second reason is because they happen to pass by free arts and culture events. So they didn't pay for it. They just, whoa, what's going on here?
Actually, that one not their fault. Like,
Yeah, true. True.
That one, like, you know, I see something, then I stop. Bro. That one not their fault.
I mean, they can technically choose not to go, even if it's
Yeah,
free.
They stop.
They stop and they go in.
That's good support right
That's
there.
support.
Okay, now ignore the second one. The first one. So do they really support the arts if they're just there to, you know, be a pity support for their friends and family? I mean, I've been there. I've done that.
Bro, okay, drop some names.
Hey, listen, my mom and dad, they always show up. They're the first ones to always show up. And my family, they're always there, you know. So friends and family, important, bro. You start with your immediate network first, and then you expand your network post your friends and family, you know. You know, I think a few industries practice that, right? You know, and then we are no different, right? You know, it's you got to start somewhere.
But tell him that thing that you told me about your dad when he comes to your shows.
Oh yeah. So my dad, right? Every time he comes to my show, right? Like he always shows support. He's always there, right? My mom will be watching intently. Then my dad, right? Literally, bro. And then in my eyeline, all the time, you see that like that, or like that. And I'm telling a joke.
Damn,
And
bro.
then like during the photo taking, after the photo taking, he will be like this because he just wake up, right? Then you see the photos on his eyes red.
Wait, so has he ever like properly listened to any of your shows?
he got listen like I think it's just a nice one. Theater, very comfortable seat. And then he's heard me talk all my life already. So it's just like he's not my son, right? I'm just like and then my mom be like, next story. Yeah. And then there's one time I think I performed at a lineup show. There's a lot of comedians. Then my mom and dad were there. And then I was like, oh nice, they're cool, they're there. Then after I thought they want to take photo with me. And then my dad gave me the camera and said, hey, help me take photo with Kumar.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Were you affected by
No,
it?
I mean, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this as a joke, but it's pretty funny. Yeah. So no matter how big you get, no matter what, your parents will always be your parents. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you have to convince a lot of your friends to come to your shows at the start?
At the start, they were already fascinated by the idea of like, oh, got stand up in Singapore. Oh, okay lah, see lah, good or not. I think going to a stand-up show is interesting because you don't just go to watch like the funny guys. You go to watch the guys die also. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
I mean, somebody right. There's some joy in watching like the fuller not funny. Then you're like, oh, like you feel it in your stomach. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I think that is what a comedy show provides, and I think it's very enjoyable for the audience. Good if there's a good mixture of good and bad lah. Cannot all bad lah. Then then it'll start to feel boring. So it needs to have the mixture of the good and bad. So yeah, that concept alone was interesting to them for them to come already, and I think that concept continues to be something unique among Singaporeans because it's not really like an everyday thing. We're not like Western countries where like, okay, weekend we go stand up show. But that's what we're trying to cultivate lah.
Your first proper show, how much did you charge for tickets?
$20.
That doesn't seem like a barrier. Like
No.
it doesn't seem like too expensive,
Let's
I guess.
cover rent.
Yeah.
I didn't even take like sales off like the house when they sold drinks in the house. I didn't even take any of the sales.
Okay.
I just take like ticket sales, I pay the venue, and then that's it. And then it's also only like a 60-seater, 70-seater. And I still do 60-seater, 70-seaters because like it's the intimate setting is a different vibe from like a theater, Yeah. It's very more intimate. Yeah.
What are the venues like Singaporeans can go and check out? Like comedy.
Shout
in
out
Singapore?
Blue Jazz Cafe. They have been very supportive of local arts. If you're talking about local arts, I'm on your side this time.
Yeah.
They always have open mic nights. They've been supportive of the local comedy scene, and overall they're just great guys who just want to see local talent grow. And a lot of the time, a lot of local talents have had shows there and have had great experiences performing their stage. And thank God they survived COVID because I think their entertainment license was
suspended
they suspended for a while. Their entertainment license was suspended for a while, and then now they're back in action. And those guys are just a dream to work with and just amazing guys. So and that's where I started also, Blue Jazz. And that's where I'm still at, Blue Jazz, because loyalty.
Don't want to mention any other spots. Are there other spots?
No, the spot that but close already. How to mention? I mean, shout out to Home Club. Shout out to Home Club. I mean, now it's a different. I don't know, it's Izakaya or something like. I don't know what the name of the place is, but the guys at Home Club, they also show love. I mean, the guys, so they know who they are. Yeah, so Home Club, we still have Comedy Masala, but Comedy Masala was a weekly open mic night that turned to a lineup comedy night at $10 at Home Club. So it will be packed out every Tuesday. Yeah, Home Club, Blue Jazz, these are the two places that were responsible for a lot of local comedy scenes growth. So yeah, I kind of sound like I'm on your side now.
Yeah, actually he helped to
You
rebut.
don't want to rebut?
No,
I rebutted. I'm so sorry.
He
man.
helped,
It's
he helped
okay.
us
Bad
out.
news.
We're good,
It's
man.
fine.
Yeah. Producer, okay? Everything okay?
Fuzz just helped us out.
Yeah, man. It's quite obvious now who are the
You know
winners.
the problem? I can't act. That's why. Right? So that's the problem. I'm not an actor. I can't even. Oh.
It's okay. But
Yeah.
thanks though. Appreciate it.
Okay. Closing statement. You do that closing statement.
Okay, we do the closing statement.
Alright,
Okay, so in conclusion, I think we tried to give Singaporeans a hard ride. We tried
Whoa, what? Whoa.
tried to
Do it
really-
again. What is it?
But you never heard that term in a non-sexual way before?
Oh, a hard ride. Oh man! Wow. Okay.
Damn, this team.
Okay.
Hantu
Yeah.
Tetek,
It's all about the grind. Am I right? Okay. Jeez, bro. Right. Yeah. Okay.
We tried to boo Singaporeans real bad, but I think we can't do it.
Oh,
Okay.
with
okay.
our hearts.
No,
yeah, I don't know.
great.
We can't do it.
We can't boo
That's it.
Singaporeans. I can't in my heart of hearts boo Singaporeans, especially since you guys kind of, got me to where I am today. It's ridiculous for me to do that. I can't even act in that way. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope I gave anything that's worth listening to.
Yeah. So instead of boo Singaporeans, we are going to.
All right, Singaporeans, not bad. Not bad. Singaporeans.
67%.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Good effort.
Hey, that's a
Thanks.
pass,
Thank
man.
you.
67
Thanks,
is a pass.
Thanks, Singaporeans. Thanks. I love y'all.
Our closing statement is simple. Fuzz has said it all. I mean, he thanked you guys. He didn't boo Singaporeans. Even Drew, in the end, said that they failed to boo Singaporeans. So it's obvious. We won the debate. I mean, do I have to go through the points that we brought up?
No,
right?
you already won.
Yeah.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Yeah, but essentially, Singaporeans do still support local artists, and hopefully they continue to support local artists.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay,
Mic drop.
debate over. Now it's the time to say real. So this is when we just kind of say what we actually feel about the topic.
Cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halfway through the debate, I started to say real already.
Because
You
you
got
knew you
two-
were
you got
losing,
two
right?
I was losing very bad.
That was a tactic, right?
You know what? In my head, I was just like going like, oh my god, the people online must be watching this going like, this fella's a dumbass. Dude. Like, why is he even like, he's out there just goofing about and not actual debate? Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. But like, honestly, I think it's all about giving a chance. Like I said before, it being given the chance and enough exposure to the common Singaporean, I think we can kind of carve an identity or what is the new identity of Singapore, because it has evolved in the last 5 years. In order for us to figure out what that new identity is, the best way to get a sense of that is through the arts, because the arts is a reflection of how the people feel and what the people are.
I think one important question for you, like how many like local production shows or anything do you watch? And like how much would you pay?
Generally, I watch a lot of Wild Rice ones also when I get the chance to.
Culture.
Theatre, not all. No. Some like some only. When I get the chance to, I go. Theatre Ikan Matra also. I support a lot of Theatre Ikan Matra stuff. I know I'm in a Dream Academy production now. And those three production houses. Not only do I know those people personally, but at the same time also like anything that they come up with, like it's a very fun thing to go out and support. I tried watching Phantom of the Opera. I'm so sorry for Phantom of the Opera fans. I became my dad.
Bro.
Okay, I was just like, I just don't get it. I'm not cultured like that. I just don't get it. It's like, oh, got monkey. You know what I mean? I don't understand. You know, like, you know, I mean, like, oh, we dancing. Who write this script? I don't know. Suddenly, I'm on a boat. Look at my mask. Like, what's going on? I don't understand. Okay, I'm not cultured like that. Okay, I'm from Geylang Serai, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Geylang Serai, bro. I'm ghetto. I mean, not that ghetto. Geylang Serai now actually quite nice. We upgrade already. but yeah, I just couldn't. But like local productions and stuff like that, I support.
Comedy shows? Do you go?
Comedy show, 100%. Comedy show. Not only do I support, I also produce. I know. So a lot of local comedians like Jackie Ng's special, his first 1 hour special that we put together the crew to produce that. You know, and I think Kamarul Hazik's special. Those are my boys, and also a lot of local comedians that want to do their 1 hour special, and they're like, if us, we need a film crew, we need a spot, we need a venue, we need to sell tickets, and we will like do the entire production for them and help them out. So yeah, I like that. I feel like that's something that is not only within the Singapore comedy community it grows, but also gives there's a lot of audience that give them a chance to grow and to see what they can do.
How about you guys? What do you guys think about Singaporeans supporting local arts? Agree or don't agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. I think that normal Singaporean tendency is to, I guess, watch movies. I mean, very typical. I think they do watch movies. But I think any local movies I think there's some effort to try to support, I think. Yeah. But the thing is, if you look at music, for example, you put on Spotify and then, look, there's so many distractions. I find that the platform needs to kind of promote those, which I think they did. They have this Singapore playlist, even for Netflix, Singapore specials, But it takes a whole village, It's not just the community, the Singaporeans watching, but also the platforms and just trying to push it all together.
Yeah. Hey, you find some really good talents, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Aesop Cash. He just came out with a new album.
There's always that belief, right? They hear local musician or local movie, and then people immediately just get hesitant. So I don't really understand that. How do you actually combat
Is it
that
a
type
media
of?
cult thing?
Don't say that.
Are we gonna believe that? Are we gonna keep that in? This guy went wilder than me.
Bro, you
This guy
can't
went wilder than me. He said the M word.
to be fair, it wasn't at the back of my mind like the entire time. I was like,
It wasn't even in my mind. You know, I'm so media trained that we just like, block that out.
but that's the most obvious answer though. But okay, I'm not gonna talk more about that. But
Yeah lah, it's when you say local, people always think it's synonymous with like Sapa, but that's not true. In fact, I feel that even some bands that I would even prefer to listen over, an international act sometimes. Yeah.
there's a lot of good music out there. Like a lot of good local music out there.
Oh man, my stomach's real. Can you hear that? Can you hear that on mic?
Your stomach growled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know why you're hungry? Because you're a local artist. And you need more support.
That was the real closing statement for us. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we can be entitled about what people should spend their money on. It's so weird to be like, oh, you must go out and support local artists because they're local, or because we should support the local art scene. I feel like that's a weird line to go down.
Yeah.
But I think the local artists who are good and talented and who work on their craft, you can see they attract crowds. Like you sold out your show after COVID. We've got bands like Forest who go overseas and they can tour in America and draw crowds. And if you look at their YouTube videos, the comments are from America asking them, when are you going to come to my city and things like that.
That's crazy.
Right? So the artists who put in the work, I think we see that people will go into their shows and to really support them. And then apart from that, you also see the kind of niche and the niche scenes, the hardcore scene or whatever. You go there and there are people who are always there every single show who really support it no matter what, right? Or the comedy scene as well. You talked about Blue Jazz supporting it from day one. So there is that in that kind of structure underneath, I guess, and I guess there's room for that to grow. But yeah, I think in general, it would be hard to say that Singaporeans don't support local artists.
I think Singaporeans have definitely found a sense or a need to want to consume local content, and I think it's because they kind of feel that they want to be subconsciously or consciously, they feel like they want to be in touch with some kind of identity. Yeah, and the local art kind of provides them with that. Okay, where are you from Singapore? What is Singapore? And then they name we've got this band, we've got this actor, we've got this movie, we've got this rapper. So for them, I think that's why the increase of support from Singapore, although gradual, although slow, but it's gradual.
Who's your favorite local artist that you're not related to?
Who's my favorite? Wow, because every time you ask that, I have to say my brother, right? Yeah, my brother. But
Your brother is out of the question.
Okay, when I was 18, Shirlene and the Unexpected. Because I remember when I was 18, watching Shirlene perform, thinking to myself wow, so much stage presence. Man, when I get on stage one day, that's how much energy I want to have. I remember watching that. Her, Brandon Khoo on the drums. That was insane. And then I think as we move forward, probably at when I started getting involved with the rap scene, and there was a lot. There was Hakim, there was Sugar Shay, there was I think only those two at that point. So then as it was hip hop all the way to my brother and Young Raja. Now I'm not really into the indie scene like that, but I'm finding out a bit. I'm listening to Subsonic. I'm listening to But only Forest and Subsonic only I know. Only these two because I'm not really in it.
How about local comedians? Shout out some of your
local comedians. Okay, despite Kam and Jackie, that one given already lah, right? They're on my podcast. Bree, she's from China, but she's based in Singapore, and she gives the China perspective of living in Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. There is also this comedian named Sam C. I don't know if you've heard him before. He gives more of a LGBTQ perspective also, but he's very global. He's a well-traveled comedian, but at the same time also he gives that perspective of growing up in Singapore.
Nice. And shout out to Dr. Jason Leong.
No, that one given lah. That one live with me, bro. Of course lah. Yeah. And there's a special shout out to this guy named Prem. He runs this comedy night called East Coast Comedy. Okay, and him and Lemon Stand Boss, which is Liam. Those two guys are comedians that started from the comedy scene in Singapore that have came out and then started their own comedy night. So Liam is the Lemon Stand Boss, that one, and then he now has a very successful comedy club. And then Prem is also a comedian who starts comedy at Joo Chiat area. So the crowd is very Joo Chiat also.
Yeah, boy.
You know? The crowd is very Joo Chiat also,
I
but
get
like, very interesting, you know, like got culture. You know? So those two have done.
You call it culture, but
I call it gentrification. Either way, they still buy tickets. You know what I mean? Like it's still in Singapore and they're buying tickets. And to me, that's support. so ECC and Lemon says so. Those special shout out to those two as well. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of our episode today. As usual, we've put up a poll in our YouTube community post. So let us know who you think won the debate, even though it's freaking obvious.
And just in case you need a reminder, right? Like you're not voting for which argument you like the best. You're voting for who argued the best.
Which
Whoever
wasn't you.
argued the best, they can't argue.
If anything, I agreed. I agreed and add to your point. Oh boy. Okay.
The poll results at the end of season 2, they will be the master debater and they'll get their face
Master
up on
debater.
the master debater board over there. So this is really serious stuff. We take master debating very
Say
seriously.
it quickly. Say it quickly.
No,
and
I'm
repeatedly.
not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Try
doing
it,
it.
try
I'm not, my mass.
King of the wankers.
Oh, whoa! This guy is what's up, man? Yo, he just drops random bombs like that, like really like unexpected. Son, catch me off guard.
Just trying to impress.
Alright.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, just another gentle reminder that the views expressed in this podcast do not represent the views of Mothership or other associated parties.
Yes, and remember to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and also leave us a rating if you're listening on Spotify. We really appreciate it.
Finally, thank you Audio-Technica for powering the audio for this podcast.
Powering.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.